Have you ever done everything, achieved it, then saw no results?
I think people keep looking for something or someone to give them a break. Nobody's coming.
Your biggest enemy is yourself. Whatever you feed yourself, you believe. So start feeding yourself positivity, start feeding yourself success, dream, and realize that it's possible.
Part of my salary there, I think I remember I was getting 35 rand per Saturday. So losing stores and losing my marriage and all the important things that I had in my life,
I slept on the streets for 3 days. No food, crying almost every day, Rodman, with no plan in life. You see, 2022, I hate it with all my heart. I lost everything.
You'll never get your time back.
Whatever we've gone through, it's called a tested quality time. Since that tested quality time. It's tough, but it's gonna give you the nicest things.
Well, I never thought I'd be an inspiration, but here I am today, given this kind of platform or a chance where I actually get to tell people my story, and hopefully people do get inspired by my story. So it doesn't matter, you are as capable.
Welcome to another episode of Off the Dust, bringing you the child and the lady from nothing but the dust. Hi, Ipeleng.
Hi.
Welcome to Off the Dust.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can you swim?
I don't even want to look back, because I can't swim. But I'm tall, so I can walk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll walk. There's no way I'm dying in this pool.
No
ways.
That's good.
Yeah, can you swim?
I can try.
Okay,
I'll be sure.
Okay, cool. We'll find out. After a year, we are getting in the pool. Yeah.
Tell me, how much of that 500,000 is still left?
Which one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which one?
How was the experience of Big Brother?
Yeah, it was crazy. They say crazy. It was nothing I ever expected.
Sure.
It was amazing. It was emotionally challenging, mentally, physically as well. But I think that it was the most incredible thing that has happened in my life, Looking back at it and what it has done for me. Yeah. Forever grateful. It was such a, it was not easy. It was not easy, but it was not bad. It was not bad.
Right?
Oh my God.
Coming out of Big Brother. Probably there's a lot of things still holding from there.
Yes.
Even something in your bank account.
So
also it was not public knowledge.
No. No. Just speak. No, nothing. I don't know anything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Guys, get some but what I heard was either 500 or 700K. So
it's like guy.
Somewhere
But must come pizza. No, later block you. Make it
okay, cool. Okay, cool. But the amount that came in was that the largest amount that has ever been in your bank account?
There was no amount that came in.
There was
no amount that came in.
Okay. And they just...
Okay, no, it was not.
It was not. You've had...
Yeah.
Okay. Work hard, but it's not only Big Brother. She has worked hard. So now you need to work hard.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
So how much of the things that happened to Big Brother were left in the Big Brother house?
Almost everything, trust me.
Really?
Almost every single thing. I think also it's a thing of you try to come outside the world and see what is happening, and then you try to adjust, on what is happening, The house and the outside is like two different worlds. In the house, you had people that you stayed with, and then outside the house, you have now you have to maneuver your way around with a lot of different people, So more than anything, a lot has been left in there, but I think you just carry out what it has done for you. Like for me personally, the growth that it has brought in my life, my confidence, those kind of things. But a lot has been left in there. You just try to be better.
I confidence.
Yes.
Confidence. How you being in that house boosted your confidence? What kind of person were you before?
Yeah.
And then what kind of person you are in terms of confidence?
I think the kind of person I was before the house, I would never even be here.
Or jump on stage, go to July.
Never jump on stage, you know. I've always been so in my own world, very reserved, very shy to even come out of the world and to be seen for who I am. But being in the house, you're put on the spot every single day to unleash the person that you want to become or get closer to your dreams as well. You know, and I'm going to make an example of like the Thursday night presentations. Every single person has a chance to actually show themselves and align themselves with characters they never knew they actually had within them, you know?
Okay.
So going into the house, I was like honestly, I was that person where it seemed that as much as I had a life, but it was not the life that I wanted for myself.
Yeah,
It was just too reserved, Nikki Pika. But now it's way different to what I am doing now outside the house, you know. Now I'm just like more bubbly. Now I just look forward to being better, going out to places, finding myself in the creative space as well. So it has really, really, really changed a lot.
But
I just believe in myself now.
But I think Nenzo na level papinyana because I remember go tladi start ka homecoming. Okay, that's fine.
No, when?
You want us to pull that clip?
Yes,
in?
please.
We'll put it in editing.
Oh my God! Wait, you know me from Claristad?
I remember ka homecoming go Claristad.
Yes.
Were you not there?
I was there.
Okay.
It's crazy because that homecoming, getting nerves knowing where I'm going into that house and no one knew.
You don't remember being filmed when you're holding a mic?
Claristad, I didn't have a mic.
No. I had a mic and I came to you.
Really?
It's fine. We'll put that clip.
Thank you, Raga, but I looked good. As long as I looked good.
No, don't worry. It was nothing hectic. No?
Yeah.
So, we are confident.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking that's something along Horing. It's one of the majors in branding, right? Because most of the time, you pick up the thing where you from, right? Where we from? Happy to me.
Yes.
It's manala this thing confident.
Yes.
One understand. So how does having confidence gets to be important? Because some they just say some things are just not for me.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought for it? You would see Moyana Bulki on your screen for such a long time. We've seen them, but just glimpse.
Yeah.
How important is being confident?
I think being confident is very important just because you get to believe in yourself. You know, you get to believe that you are also worthy of being on the stages that you never thought that you were deserving of being. I think every single person has what it takes to get to that point in their life. It only starts in your head for you to actually believe in yourself and say, I'm able to do it. And I think also for me to be able to do that, it also showed the people that it's possible to go in such a big platform. I never had the confidence that I would probably end up there, but for some reason, it's something that I was capable of doing, you know? So it also goes to show by now, Black Rock. It is possible, regardless of where you come from. The most important thing is just believing you as great as every single person, because every single person that is on your television started somewhere, you know, and every single person can actually make it. Yeah.
Before we are to the Big Brother house, what was happening in your life?
Before I went to the Big Brother house, I was just a normal student, man.
What's a normal student?
I was just a normal student, books and books and books. I was trying out to be
books. Also, it's 4 Bs, not 7 Bs. Okay.
Let's do 7.
Okay, cool. Boys before books because books bring bottom.
No.
Is that right?
No.
Okay.
No. You know, it was just books. It was also just trying to be like a YouTuber, a content creator. And then when the platform just kind of came with the Big Brother, I was like, okay, cool. Now we can be more than, you know, what I've been doing. So life before the Big Brother house was just normal. Like Nikia, shopping every day. I was just a normal girl, you know what I mean? Like, no one would even come to me and say, I remember you from Kai Kai or do this. It was just a normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about books.
Oh my gosh.
I must tell you, you are lost to it.
Yo, guys.
Okay,
That journey.
Yo, parakat.
Yo, imparing.
Oh, paring lo what's a big brother.
Yo, wow, I can't I am parabiao, but
Sure.
it did. But yeah, we're doing great though. We're doing great.
That's good.
Yeah.
So my question is, you're studying law, right?
Yes.
Then you have to go to the big brother house. How's that communication between you and the parents? Okay, Pella, now, if I'm going there, obviously books are going to have to serve.
Yeah, yeah.
It's no longer books now.
Yeah.
It's 0 books. How's that conversation, Lily?
I think with
What's
my
right?
parents, it was just a thing of, my parents always knew that I wanted to study media, right? But coming from like a black family or home, it's a thing of no, there's no future in there, you know? So when the Big Brother platform came and I sat them down, I was like, listen, this could be a chance for me. It was also a talk of like, I won't neglect, you know? So my dad was like, as long as you go, but remember when you come back home, you still have to fulfill this, because also it's a thing of my parents have invested in my education.
True.
So I can't just come back and be like, sure, the greatest thing, 2 minutes. And then I'm like, no, it wasn't that. It was just a thing of them understanding what I was trying to become, and also just making them or understand and ensure them that, you know what, I'm going to come back and still finish this. And it's something that I came back and actually did, you know. So it wasn't like a distraction in my life. It's just a thing of, I went into the house and I knew what I wanted the house to do for me. And coming outside the house, I still know what I want to use that platform for and how I want it to be, you know, the content creation side and then being in the legal industry, you know. So I do have a better understanding of both of the worlds, and at some point I'll just be able to match them together.
So what are you saying, Gohore? The conversation between you and your parent to convince them about Lohoyada, and obviously you're going to have to put hold on your studies. It was not difficult.
No, it wasn't difficult at all.
I'm asking this because of, hence you saying, having black parents. I can feel like they are channeled, like it's education.
Yes.
You study media and all that. It's an outsider.
Yes.
And then banaba baya bastarela Banyo modeling, presenting, you see? But then parents are still stagnant. Yes. Education. If you were to advise a parent who has a daughter or a son who wants to do such,
I think for me, my mom has always said in every decision, she would always say to my dad, let them figure themselves out as long as we're still alive, and then they must learn from their mistakes.
Sure.
Once they've learned from their mistakes, they'll come back and we'll still be here to be able to advise them. And I think that as parents, I almost said we need to. I'm not a parent.
Maybe Hindi.
Okay, let's not do that now.
Yeah.
You know, but I think as parents, it's very important to let your kids make the mistakes while you're still there to actually support them and guide them. I think even with children, the minute mama offer that go ahead, I know you doubted, you're like, why am I on so much support? What is going on? But it's just a support that you need to give as a parent so that they are also not afraid to come back and say, ish, it didn't work out. You know what I mean? So you're giving them that freedom to say, okay, you can do whatever you want. And then let them figure it out. And then if it doesn't work out, they can still come back home. Or sometimes you can just be like, okay, sit them down and be like, you want to do modeling, you want to do this, you want to do this. How about you probably do modeling and then I'll pay for your studies and stuff like that. But support them in the things that they love the most. And trust me, the minute you support them in the things they love the most, they are so quick to come back to you with the feedback, with the, oh my gosh, mama, get on this, on this. They get more excited, and it also builds a better communication with you as, you know, a parent and a child. Just let your kids do whatever they want to do, because we live in a world of let me say social media and how social media has taken over the world.
Yeah, sure.
In terms of content creation, people now get paid through content creation, and if a child wants to do that, let them do that. The world has exposed that there's so many ways to make a living, and you just need to be as optimistic and just be as supportive. Yeah.
Is this the Ipeleng or is this the Ipeleng from the house?
This is me.
Also,
This is.
yeah, come on.
I've always been. I'm just very low key. I always like to get into a room and people must underestimate me, and then when I come with the results, and must be like, did she? And that's the kind of person I am. I like to just keep quiet and be like, guys, not get to say. My work will just get to speak for itself.
Nice.
Yeah.
How back in the Kebu, Maratel.
Yes.
What kind of a child were you? Koskela, around Kokas.
When I was growing up, Korikebu, I was known by like all the people around, ne? No, my grandfather, my grandfather, my grandparents, my brothers as well. Okay. Now I don't get any school cool, and then a lot of can't I don't know if you guys know, but there's like a transport that I used. They would never let me. So now I grew up, my family was known, very respectful. And I guess I was, the cute babies are always the ones that are known in the... I had pretty privileges. So I was just...
because of your pretty privileges.
The pretty privileges, when I was domo, So I grew up as that person, but kidding, how do I say this? I was very quiet still. Obviously, I was very young, didn't understand a lot of things. I came to Joburg very young, so I didn't spend a lot of time Kodike or Komoretele. My mom got married Komoretele, but she's from Dike.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about life at Kohai, but I did go to school there. It was good. I have a few friends that but I'm just like, I remember you. Not in a bad way. It's just a thing of you Ipeleng return school of our and I'm like, yeah, return school of our I'm making an example. Yeah, so it was cool, man. It was really, really cool. I just had life was good. Boroteka cheese, French juice, yeah.
I was trying to pull it back to you.
No.
Okay. So, but then you moved from Kasi at a young age, right? Then you grew up in Joburg side.
Yes.
We call it Gauteng.
Gauteng.
And then, but then, I mean, environment. You understand?
Yeah.
Obviously, the Gauteng side it's more advanced.
Yes.
So how what is it? What are some of the things along how what you notice or some things here?
I was gonna try to talk about myself and say the things that would like very uncomfortable for me would be like the toilet, and then I'd spend weeks not going, like days, but the things that I realized were lacking were, I'm going to be talking about the youth and how they were not so, they were not so informative. You get there as Manako Gauteng, you are more kind of respected than a child that is from there, and even the children that are there, they kind of sort of look up to you. I'm going to make an example with the schools that we go to. We go to like different types of schools, and you can see the level of, I'm not going to say education, curriculum it's the same, but we're not arahola the same way, and we don't have the same advantages and stuff like that. Even when it comes to like inspirations and stuff like that, a child that is raised Gauteng, I might have dreams just because they did not get to be exposed to drop.
Oh yeah, sure. No,
You know, like their dreams, they could be while a child that has grown up around here onahanela fur, you know, and just because to them that is comfort. But to me, comfort is like kinyaka triple story, kinyaka pool, kinyaka in. So what I realized is that we were very, very different. Our dreams, our aspirations, we were trying to be two different things. And I think that is something, it's unfair to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's very hard for us to change it because every single child, they just want to leave.
True.
You know, they just want to leave and just then they go. But it's definitely different. And I'm still noticing it even now. I mean, when we went to Dikebu July as well, how everyone was so excited to see me. I'm just like, I'm no different from you. You know, I'm not any different. It's just that I've chosen to see life in a different way, but you don't get the chance to actually see life in a different way because you are kind of limited to what your dreams can be. Yeah.
So it's just a matter of environment from what I'm picking up from what you say.
It is environment. It is, remember, even schools, when I make an example of schools, my teacher came at 2000.
Sure.
Go high, my teacher is like the older generation that still believe in the same system to raise kids and stuff like that, which is great. But one thing, homotia, and then umutli at the side, you can tell the difference.
True.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, Hori, the people's here toilet, it's one. So what was the problem, maybe?
It was just far.
Oh.
No, it's just that I used to have this thing, ne? No, I thought they don't go. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that. Yeah, but I had to adjust to it. Now I'm fine with it. I'm used to it by now.
You're used to it?
I'm used to it. I had to adjust.
And how much why there's a newspaper go toilet?
No, Raira saw.
Lovely.
Raira saw.
Yeah.
And the happy to and the way I tell it to go, you must be prepared. Tenzo time I will tissue because you are going to be screaming hey, Mweti, you probably won't even hear me. So
I won't.
Yeah. You must be prepared.
Okay, Ubuaga, the level or the standards of dreams, right? Before you went to the house, what were your dreams? And then when you came out of the house, what are your dreams?
I think before I went into the house, I was like, I just want to get my degree, be an advocate, serve in one of the well-known firms in South Africa, and then get a husband, get married, have kids, you know. And then while I do that, I'll be a YouTuber, a young YouTuber. I always emphasize on being a young YouTuber just because it seemed like that was the only thing I would be able to do.
Okay.
Coming outside the house, now I'm just like, I want to be able to walk the runway as a model, not just in South Africa, but in Uganda, in Tanzania.
Sure.
Just because now I went into that house and I had conversations with other people and I was inspired, came outside the house and realized my capabilities, you know, and realized that I could be more than just the girl that I wanted to be. I wanted a simple life for myself. Trust me, I still do. But now the platform has come with that thing of, it has put so much hunger in me. I've always had the passion, but never really had the platform to actually get it out there. Now I have the platform and I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can actually be a model. Now I actually can be a content creator. Now I can be all these things, you know. I'm more ambitious and I look forward to just being that person. Yeah.
The idea of going to the house, How did that come about?
Yo. It's a crazy one because we were just watching TV with my mom, and my mom was like, look, you always said you wanted to be on media, broadcasting. Maybe this is a chance. And I looked at her, I was like, me? You think they'd even consider me? I was like, no. I remember my mom came back to work the other day, before the whole house thing, and she's like, oh, did you send in your application? I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, nah. There is no way they're gonna choose me, you know?
Wow.
And then when I decided to send in my application, guys, I sent a Bushin, the line did swallow. And I was just like, hey, I'm doing it because, but when I did my short film tape, now I was enjoying it. I was getting in touch with the whole idea why I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And why I was doing it, you know. And then, yeah, I did it.
So the idea, it was implanted by your mom.
Yes, and I supported it. And I was like, okay, cool, I see it. You know, I just didn't believe that I would be able to do that, or I would be as worthy of even being on television. Yeah.
But then before, would you watch Big Brother?
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah,
but you knew about
I
it.
knew about it, but I would not watch it as much. I used to watch it back in the day when it was for Big Brother Africa.
Oh yeah.
That's when I used to watch it a lot. And then Mzansi, I watched it because I had a favorite.
Oh, okay.
I had a few favorites, and then I'll just catch them there and there. And then
Favorite?
Favorites.
Yeah, sure.
And then, yeah, but I didn't watch it that much. And I remember coming outside the house, I was like, yo, I wish I actually watched it so much before, because maybe it would have prepared me.
So you didn't know what we were going to see you sneaking out of the bathroom?
No, I didn't mind. That's the thing. I didn't mind. And even with the bathroom thing, it just shocked me. It just shocked me. And I'm like, okay, guys, how did you get to that conclusion? How did you guys get to that conclusion? And it's crazy
it's
how
social media.
How I went out of the bathroom. Yo, what? Now it's gonna make you. No, but I went to
out of the bathroom. Because here's something that I'm picking up.
Yeah.
All right. You're just sitting with your mom.
Yes.
And says, why don't you enter?
Yes.
And you like me.
Yes.
Like I'm Nibatlanzi. Because it's more of mentality of a 12-inch. You know, you hear about a competition, you hear about something, you have knowledge about it, but you don't take that action. So for you, what actually pushed you to say, you know what, actually I'm doing it, doing those short film things, like, you know what, I'm actually placing my application. What really pushed you to do that?
What pushed me was just trying to get exposure into the whole media industry. As a broadcaster, that is the only passion that I really, really had. And also just wanting to experience the cultures. I mean, it was like South Africa, Nigeria. So I was like, okay, this could be a cool, you know, kind of thing, because I'm not just put in a house with like Botswana. I'm also gonna get to learn about Nigerians as much as I'll be learning about, you know, the courses and all that. So for me, it was just to learn, to grow, and yeah.
So what are some of the I lost the weight. Barki. Man, squash it again. No, man.
You know?
Take home. No, you see when they say all men are cheaters, what do you call that thing?
Conclusion. Stereotypes.
Stereotype.
I think I'm just going to talk about cultural differences. A lot of people are like, yo, Nigerians are loud. They will challenge you. You know, the food is what. But learning, being in that kind of whole environment and going outside, I realized that we're actually the same. As much as we are different people that were birthed from the different, you know, parts of the continent, we are different people with almost similar backgrounds. For example, I grew up in the village. Most of the people also grew up in the village. You also go to like Kotoropong, they also got cricket. Tata. They go. You know, but it's just the thing of we are very, very the same. We are just the people that come from different places, but the backgrounds are the same, the struggles are the same. We've been affected by so many people ratswana, you know what I mean? So there wasn't like a lot changed. You know, people were like, oh, you guys are gonna struggle with communication. You guys, we are all human beings at the end of the day. That's why it was not so difficult for us to even understand each other. Yeah.
Looking at your journey in the house, and when you came out, from my point of view, I'm like, you know, this lady was building a brand, right? Because I would like to look at you and think, you are a brand now.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Okay.
Are we still building towards that?
Still building the brand.
So that's the idea.
Yeah.
Building a brand.
Yes.
We talk about a child who's at a village, probably wanna build a brand as a modeling or whatsoever. You coming out of the house, what are some of the challenges that you have encountered in this journey so far of wanting to build a brand?
Yeah, I think, wow, can I think about that? Because there's like a lot of challenges,
Yeah, sure.
trust me. For me, I think it's a thing of still trying to break through. A lot of people think you were given the platform, when you get outside the house, everything will just be like, and then everything you'll get. But that's not the case, you know. Building a brand kind of comes with like a lot of sacrifices as well. You also have to just, we break with class. As much as you know your worth, but it's also a thing of understanding that every single person starts somewhere. And the kind of person I am, I believe that as much as I was given a platform, I still have to work extra hard, you know. But it's been hard. I won't even lie to you. Trying to just break through into the radio industry. Remember, firstly, Big Brother's not as big in South Africa. I guess it's getting there, but it's not as big in South Africa than it is in Nigeria. Like any other person that's trying to make it into this industry, you need to put yourselves in situations that you think are going to grow you, and then you look back at the end of the day, you're just like, Mara, why did I do that? You know, you're just like, why did I do that? It's just the thing of you trying to get yourself out there, and then it's just like. So some of the challenges, remember for me, I left, when I went into the house, I was just like a small YouTuber. So even the content that I was putting, I was just a normal person. Guys, let me take you guys through my day and stuff like that. So it wasn't, you know, as hectic. Then now coming outside the house, I need to adjust to like a lot of subscribers as well. The kind of content that I put on, the time that it takes to upload a video, because now my videos are longer. And they take time, and it's something that I didn't know. Sometimes I would be like, guys, video is gonna be up at 6. At 6, it's still uploading. It's like 2%, and I'm like, yeah. And then people are just like, when are you uploading? I'm like, guys, it's uploading, and only for it to come like the next day in the morning. Wow, you know, I think those are some of the challenges that I'm experiencing, just learning, you know, this industry.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that you get in, like your technical challenges and all that? Emotional. Is this journey emotionally challenging?
Yeah, the journey has been really emotionally challenging, just because you are trying to adjust to the outside world, the real world, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, this is the real world.
It is very challenging, but you realize that certain things are meant to happen in order for you to get to a certain point in your life.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that's why I always say that I wish that people on the outside would understand what we actually do experience and what we have actually went through, and try to put themselves in our situations, especially in approaching us, or how they actually speak to us, or even the comments that they would make, you know. I think people, it's very easy for you to judge because you're sitting on the outside, but don't realize that on the inside, whatever you might be feeling is completely different to what is actually going on. Yeah, it's been quite rocky then there, but you just try to keep it together for yourself, you know, to yourself. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you had to sacrifice, or when you probably maybe came out, they were no longer the same? Probably maybe friendship, dating. Or
a lot of relationships were like strained of mine, and I still are. I'm gonna be just very honest with that, especially with friendships and stuff. When I left the house, before I went into the house, I had time for my friends, for my family, for every single thing, for me to sit down, reply to a WhatsApp text, for us to chat, from 1 to 2, I had time for that. But now it's so different, and sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, I'm not spending as much time with my friends. Sometimes they we understand and stuff like that, but I'm just like, oh my God, there's just so much. So trying to just come together with the friendships. There's still friends that I haven't spoken to, in such a long time. Only spoke to them like last year, and I'm trying to actually make it better just so we can all hang out. But because I went outside the house, then I had to now readjust to this life that I all of a sudden had. Then I had to leave the country. Then I had to come back into the country. Then since then I leave the country again, and then I come back. So just trying to fix those relationships. At some point, my mom was like, "Oh, you're going out a lot. You're doing this. You're doing this. Are you taking care of yourself?" Because you can be out there, you can be going to an event, but are you taking time out to yourself now? So life has just been very, very different, and really trying to get into that, So
What are some of the chores you still do, Gonzo?
everything. I wash the dishes.
Can we just show these nails? She
Oh
washes
my
the dishes.
God! I wash the dishes. I do laundry. I clean. I go grocery shopping. Everything a normal child does. I still stay with my parents. So anything that a normal average child does, I still do. Because, no.
Okay. Some of the things I picked up, it's you were doing a number of radio interviews.
Yes.
And then you kept mentioning you wanted to be in the radio industry.
Yes.
Is that the thing for you, or?
Yeah, I think for me it's just a passion for broadcasting, whether it is radio or television, and it's something that I'm really trying to find my feet in terms of doing. I think recently I've been so fortunate enough to be testing out my modeling skills, content creating. But with the radio interviews as well, I've been exposed to the environment. But I want to now feel how it's like to be like a broadcaster, just to be like an actual broadcaster, to be put on television or camera and say, Ipeleng, host a show, Those are some of the things that I'm really, really trying to get myself into. And I'm working very hard to actually get myself into that space.
Nice.
Yeah, so any radio station that has a space, nyana, for me, I would. And listen, for me, it's a thing of I'm not expecting to come in and then I have my own show. What have I done in the industry where... No. Boy, if you're gonna make me a coffee girl, why would it clean us a coffee girl? I don't mind being a coffee girl, and it's crazy how the other day I was like to someone, can I please just be a coffee girl on your show? Wow. You know what I mean? Just because I'm just so eager to learn. If I come in as your assistant and you are on radio, and I'm just doing notes for you because I'm put in that environment, I'm just definitely there to learn.
I'm getting passion from
I am. I'm very, very passionate about it. Yeah.
Ipeleng, you are on social platforms.
Yes.
You posting, right? What are we posting and what are we not posting? I'm asking this in terms of how much is one supposed to post? You've got people looking up to you.
Yes.
And then most of the interaction everyone learn, it's through social media. Well, you understand?
Sure.
So probably there's a child who's being inspired by your page there. How do you advise them on managing their social media pages?
I think for me, I've gotten to a point where I want to treat my social media as more of a business platform for me, So even if I was to get into like a relationship where I'm happy, I'm like, snap, I'm pointing, it's not something that I would want to do just because I want to attract a lot of different brands. Also attract radio stations, television that would like to actually work with me. I think social media has become your resume as a creator. So for me, I am not posting about my personal life, but I'm posting about it like things that would shape me into a better person. You know what I mean? So I am, I've been letting people in on my YouTube channel, you know, a glimpse and glimpse. Let's go to lunch, let's do this. Those are some of the things that I don't mind, you know, in terms of sharing and stuff like that. And I'm I'm an honest person. Sometimes I share emotionally, what, you know, but I'm just sharing things that will grow me and things that will inspire the next person.
Lovely.
And yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm gonna ask you.
Are you waiting for the plane?
I'm gonna ask you to look in this camera. We're talking to a village child. We're talking to whoever that's probably looking up to you. Whoever who wants to venture in the media industry.
Yeah.
Whoever along they don't have confidence in, you know, waking up and just living their dreams.
Yeah.
Someone who's demotivated because of they feel like environment there it's disadvantaged. Look in this camera.
So much pressure.
Let's talk to this child, man.
All I want to say is you are as capable as you think you are. So stop putting those thoughts in your head to say that you are not worthy or you are not deserving just because you come from a disadvantaged background or whatever, you know. Every single person has been given a platform, which is life, you know, and you have that and you can actually take it out there to better yourself, to better your life and the people that are around you. So don't doubt yourself, don't be fearful, don't bring yourself down just because you're not capable of doing this. Don't do that to yourself because you are killing yourself. And you know what they say? They always say that your biggest enemy is yourself. Whatever you feed yourself, you believe. So start feeding yourself positivity, start feeding yourself success, you know, dream, and realize that it's possible. You look at me for an example. I never thought I'd be an inspiration, but here I am today, given this kind of platform or a chance where I actually get to tell people my story, and hopefully people do get inspired by my story. So it doesn't matter, you are as capable, man. Just go out there, reach for the stars, you know, believe in yourself, trust in your God, and know that you are brought into this life for a reason. And the reason is just to be as successful. So yeah.
But you become what you feed yourself. Ipeleng, what's there to look forward to when it comes to Ipeleng Selepe?
I think just look out to more work, my YouTube channel as well. I'm currently not posting anything because I have a very exciting project that is coming up for you guys.
Suspense.
Very, very excited about that. To branch into, you know, being a brand ambassador to brands that are already there. Maybe also me coming up with my own thing. So yeah, just a lot of work.
Are you thinking of coming with your own perfume label?
No perfume, we don't know.
Brand.
You just given me an idea. Perfume and shoes, guys. You know what? I love you guys. You know, we'll see. Yeah.
Or maybe a swimming costume.
Not how. Don't do that to me. What, you're stealing my idea. Yeah. No.
So we should just be glued to your social media.
Yeah, please just be glued to my social media, Instagram more particularly. That's where everything just comes out first and you'll see it. Ipeleng Selepe, Twitter, Ipeleng Selepe, Facebook, Ipeleng Selepe, YouTube, Ipeleng Selepe, LinkedIn, Ipeleng Selepe, everything.
So it was books. Now it's Ipeleng Selepe.
Yes, Ipeleng Selepe, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sums up our episode of the Dust. Okay. Canaria!